Hello! This video is the third and final installment in the designing and redoing of our primary bedroom in the house that my husband and I bought, which is a mid-century split level. This is what the room looked like right after we reinstalled the baseboards. And then this is really the final cap on the bedroom of the design, the stylings, furnishings, putting up art, decorating, all that good stuff. Hello, I am in the house. We haven't been in this space in a while, but I have a couple exciting things for the bedroom. The night that I did my lamp and lighting deep dive for the bedroom when I was creating the mood board, I was on Etsy, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. That same night, Gavin came home with a lamp. Good job, Gavin. Thank you. I feel like it would really look nice on the dresser upstairs. Look at that. The other items I have brought are the prints that I talked about going above the bed. Mr. Teapot, Mr. Coffee Pot. I was going to go to a framing place. I called ahead and asked them, and I was kind of trying to figure out pricing, but they obviously couldn't tell me much because it would depend on what kind of frame I got, what kind of matting, all that. But I know that it can be expensive, and I just don't know if we can swing additional costs like that for now. So I was looking at it and I noticed it's got plexiglass, but it's being held by this thing. And it's even got a little spot where a nail can go in. So I think that I'm just gonna clean it up and hang it this way and see how it looks. So let's clean it. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but I think I have the wrong type of screw to get through this type of wall. Like, it made it through the first little bit, but then it's very hard now, and I wonder if it's like plaster, but I didn't think these walls were plaster. So I can't hang them up today because I don't have the equipment, but I can put this lamp here in this. I mean, I already put it right there, but I'm going to get rid of the other stuff. I am in my parents' closet currently. I'm like a menace in my parents' house. I'm everywhere. Can't be stopped. I must have subconsciously remembered this quilt that we had growing up. But in my mood board / rendering on my last video, I put a red and white quilt on the bed. Yesterday I was in this closet. It's a cedar closet, so it's where they keep a lot of their wool, and I was trying to find some of my wool that I knew I had stashed here last year, and I found my wool socks, which is great news for me and my feet. But I was just like rifling around, and looky here. I mentioned it to my dad, and he said, I think parts of the red are bleeding onto parts of the white, but besides that, it's like fine. I don't know how big it is, so I might open it up and see, and then I will ask them officially if I can have it and if I can put it on my bed. I don't think they use it at all because I haven't seen it in, I don't know, it feels like more than 5 years. Very exciting stuff. Well, it's not exciting until I get permission to use it, but almost exciting. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Can I put this on my bed in my bedroom?
What's wrong with yours upstairs?
No, at the house. Can I put
yes.
it on there? You don't want it?
You can have it.
Thank you! Caught on camera.
Looks, oh, it is sheer. I was like, is it sheer?
It's like light filtering, but not see-through.
But not it's see-through. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think I still, because there's 4 total in here, so I think that I will pinch pleat them, or try to myself, and then have it so the layers will be more like this.
Yeah.
As it hangs, so even less see-through.
Yeah.
So this is 30% linen, 70% polyester. But I'm back, and I was talking to my dad about the problem with this picture not going, like the screw not going in, and he said, just try to move it over an inch, because maybe you hit some hardware or like an old screw that was already in the wall. And then I did what he said, and it went in. Isn't that crazy? I have a bunch of art that I am thinking about for the wall above the dresser, and then I have some art, another little piece of art to go next to the light switch, and I will also show you guys the mural. I previously put out a video going through the whole process of painting the mural, so you can watch that if you haven't, and if you have, then you've already seen it, but you can see it now in the space and all together with everything, which is very exciting. I'm gonna just play around with hanging stuff up, see what happens. The main thing that I really have to do is get the curtains up, and I need to make a decision on hardware for hanging the curtain. We're going back and forth. Me and Gavin were looking at Home Depot, looking at IKEA. I'm gonna go over my fake aunt's house, and she's gonna help me sew, because if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I only hand sew. I do not have a sewing machine, and I don't know how to use a sewing machine, so she's gonna help me. Facebook Marketplace has been super good for lamps recently, for me. Like we got that one, Gavin got that one. This one is a vintage IKEA. I got it from Facebook Marketplace for $5. I had to drive into the city, into like the middle of the city to get it, but worth it. Cause look how cool. I mean, wait, if I get out of the way. Yeah, look at that. It's so beautiful. In my mood board video, I talked a lot about how I'm influenced by the aesthetic in the movie Amelie, and using a lot of red and green as complementary colors together. And this looks so good in this room, but it is also a bit intense. You know, we want to also make sure the bedroom is like cozy and easy on the eyes and not like stressful. Gavin was comparing it to that one Seinfeld episode.
What's going on in there? What? That light. Oh, the red. Yeah, it's a chicken roaster sign. It's right across from my window. Can't you shut the shades? They are shut.
So we'll see if it stays in here, but right now there's too much red in this spot, and if this guy stays in here, he's definitely staying on the dresser, and that means that this guy will not stay in this spot. But what I'm thinking is that he will actually look really good on this wall, opposite the door. So I'm gonna go through my art and see what we want to put here. One thing that I've been discovering with dark green paint on your walls is that if you touch it at all with anything, like literally anything, if you just touch it, it leaves a mark, like it burnishes, which is very interesting. I didn't know that. If any of you are thinking of doing a dark room, this is your warning. I mean, I don't mind so much, but it is like, whoa, I didn't expect that. I didn't realize it would do that. I'm gonna say it brings more character to the room. I already had the quilt on the bed for a while, but I am putting it on again for you guys for dramatic effect.
And you do know that we have a disclaimer.
What is the disclaimer?
I'm not perfect.
Yes.
If you are, too bad.
No, I don't care.
So this is going to be in your bedroom too, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. What I think we should do is I think we should pin it on.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
I don't want your husband to be saying that girl did a horrible job. So yeah.
I was tricked. Bamboozled.
Yes. And
All she had to do was look at the label. I should have asked for a picture of the label.
I cannot take labels, so you can take all those
Jabba!
labels home if you want.
I know, I'll just keep one and like pin it somewhere so I remember.
Yeah.
Remember the lies.
The lies. You entered it in basket, so this is my last minute.
Okay, thank you.
On the side or in the front?
He looks good in the middle. He looks cute. That's funny. Just 2 more curtains. And I'll add those tomorrow, because tomorrow I get the rest of the hooks. We are now going to see if I did the math right for how many of these guys I put in here to get enough hooks. Okay, so now the bedroom is ready to be used, and I want to take you guys through each part of the room and just kind of show it off. I'm really proud of it, and I think I said this in one of the other parts of this bedroom series, is that I never really had a space that was a bedroom that I could start from scratch and kind of design from start to finish. Because in our apartment, Gavin and I decided just like not to paint, and it was also like our storage area and also my office and Gavin's piano station. So our bedroom in the apartment was like a mess, and it was never like, oh yeah, we're gonna design this to be a nice relaxing bedroom space. Me and Esther shared a bedroom growing up, and then when we were like older teenagers, we still shared a bedroom, but we did kind of like play around with design a little bit in there, not a lot. So this is the first space that I've really taken a hold of and designed. So let's go through the space. So starting at the entrance to the room, we painted all the doors and the trim, the wainscoting, not wainscoting, the baseboards. We painted them all in the color Tea Time, and I think that was Benjamin Moore. And this clothing hanger was given to me by my friend Abby. I can't remember when I thrifted this or how. I'm trying to remember. I've only worn it like 3 or 4 times, but I actually love it so much. And I think this year I'm going to try and wear it. I'm going to try and style it. It's a little hard to style, but I think I can do it. This light switch cap was here from the original homeowner, so we just put it right back on because it's really cute. I like the style, and it's ceramic, which I really like. I think these two are a really good combo because their sizes kind of match. As you enter the room, this is the view that you see, and this chair and the one on the other side of the dresser are matching, and we got them from my parents. My father works at a retirement facility, so a lot of times residents are getting rid of things, or the families need to get rid of stuff, and so things get offered to him, or he'll ask and then he'll get to take it for free or for a very low price. I've always really liked them, and I'm really glad that my parents were like, yes, take them, we don't want them. We talked a little bit about the stuff on this dresser, but this again is that thrifted Facebook Marketplace find. That was $5. Esther, my sister, went to Ecuador recently and she brought back some seashells, so she gave those to me and I just put them right here. My dad's friend is a bottle collector, and so that rubs off on my dad, and he's drawn to like glassware. I don't know exactly where he got this one, but he got this one, and then there is a slightly smaller one that goes with it. They're matching, and it's a fish. And Gavin loves this because it's really cool. I love that the bottleneck is like the mouth of the fish a little bit. It's cool. My friend Emma got me these two things. They are actually a whole set with coasters and chargers and another tin like this and a bunch of cups as well. And they all have the same exact pattern, which I really love. I might end up using these in the kitchen eventually, but for now I like that they're here and they can hold whatever I need them to. And she got them from a yard sale. And these little tins were just left in the house. This one is like blackcurrant candy, and this one is cinnamon flavored candy, and they are just little metal tins. And I think we found them in the bathroom cupboard. No expiration date on these, so no idea how old they are, but the design I really enjoy, so I'm keeping those. And maybe I haven't put anything in them yet, but I intend to put some little maybe jewelry or little knickknacks. A friend of mine was moving from Baltimore to Virginia, and her home in Baltimore, she had me and Gavin come and look at a bunch of her furniture and stuff that she didn't want anymore. And so this guy was in her kitchen. We got to take it, and I'm really happy that it's in here because I really love this type of waterfall sort of art deco style, and I love the poles. They're like my favorite part. This piece of art was done by Esther, my younger sister. I remember the corner ripped, and I remember she was like, I'm getting rid of this. I got to have it, which I really appreciate. I like the simple lines. This guy I got at a thrift store. That one, the orange one, my dad gave me. I think he got it at an auction for really cheap, like a couple bucks. It's by Robert A. Miller. And then this bottom one is a bunch of cranes. This is the lamp again that Gavin got for $20. He told me when he was talking to the lady who sold it to him, she was like, if you ever get rid of it, don't just throw it away. Make sure you give it to someone who will love it. And he was like, I'm not getting rid of it. And I'm not reselling it. He's like, I want it. Like, we like it. We're gonna use it in our house. The West Side Story poster, my dad won that in an auction. He showed it to me as he was bidding on it. I think he won it for $5. Then he gave it to me, which I did not expect. He was like, here's a housewarming present, which is amazing. I'm very thankful. I feel like half the stuff in here is like a housewarming present from my dad that he like won at an auction or got from a thrift store. Putting up this curtain track in the ceiling was way harder than I thought it was gonna be. IKEA sometimes tricks you, I feel. It makes you think it's gonna be easy, and then because it like there's so few pieces, it's like, oh, easy. But as I was doing that, I was sweating because I was getting stressed. My dad was like, you know, these are sheer, right? They're not going to be like privacy curtains. It's like, because the pleats, it gives the extra privacy, but I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to do a test maybe at night with the lights on in here and see how much you can see from outside when it's dark. Especially for a bedroom, it just has to be not see-through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they look really good. And it diffuses the light. I feel like early in the morning, because the sun's gonna come from this side, it'll be so pretty. If you watched the last bedroom update, then you know that these lamps, there's two matching ones. I got them out of my parents' garage because nobody wanted them. My dad got them from, I think he got these ones for free. And they are like funny to look at if they're not on, because just like dark brown cloth, and they're a little bit campy, a little bit intense in their design style. They're the perfect height for this room, and I really love the way this glow comes out of this color of the lampshade, and when it's off It's like a very warm brown, and it's just very moody in this room, so it just adds to that. These end tables were also given to me by my dad. It's going to be a running theme that pretty much everything was given or found or discovered by my dad. But I remember getting these. I remember me, Gavin, and my dad, we went to this person's apartment who was just getting rid of a bunch of furniture, and they were like, yes, take them. This one fell off the back of the truck when we were moving. The drawer fell out off the back of the truck and it kind of exploded. So this drawer doesn't really work anymore. The front of it that I kind of squished in there. But hopefully I can fix it so that can be usable. You guys have heard me talk a lot about these pieces of art, so I don't need to get into them, but I am very happy with how they look above the bed, and eventually, maybe someday, we will frame this piece, but for now, I'm totally fine with it looking like the way it does. When Gavin and I first got married, we were walking through Target and we were like getting necessities for our apartment, and I remember seeing this guy and I was just so excited about it. This was, I guess, 3.5 years ago. It's not exactly the style of bolster pillow that I would have if I were to choose something now, but I still really like the way it looks. I think it's really cute. I like the stripes and I like the mustard yellow on the sides. I think that's cute. These cushions I think I got from a salvage place that had like also a little thrift spot inside. If you remember him from the last video, he is a pig in a dinosaur onesie. Gavin's sister and brother-in-law got him this from the Singapore airport when they passed through it, and Gavin says he helps bring in a fresh modern feel to the space. In the fall, I worked one day for a flower farm that sometimes I freelance for, but they needed help at a market, and at the end of the day they let me take some of the flowers home, and I picked this celosia, which looks kind of like a brain, and I really love it. Hopefully I'll get more this coming fall and dry a bunch more of it because it dries really well. I love the shape of it. This alarm clock we got at a yard sale. These little persimmon candle holders I made out of grout because I had a bunch of leftover grout and I was making grout sculptures to sell in my shop. And I ended up keeping a few of them because I really love them. Persimmons are my muse. Sometimes I make things and I don't have them anymore and I can see pictures, but it's nice to have one or two of something that I made. And here we have the mural. If you haven't watched my mural video, you can watch that, but I go through the whole process of creating the mural, so I'm not gonna like talk so much about it. A lot of people commented telling me to clear coat it, and I will protect it. I just haven't done it yet, but I will. We're not using the closet yet because we haven't moved in yet, so don't worry. I'm not like scratching it or bumping things around so much yet. So I've got time. Oh, and this vest my dad got me from a thrift shop. He's a little bit of a shopaholic in terms of vintage finds. When my dad came home with this, I was like, that is the most beautiful vest I've ever seen. And so he let me have it. And I saw another one at a vintage clothes fair, and I was looking at the price that they had on it, and it was like 75 bucks. And I almost bought it because I was like, oh, then I could have two that are like almost matching. But that's a silly reason to buy it because I have one already. It's like quilted and it's handmade. I love the embroidery and I love the stitching and I love the colors. I also have this little stool that Gavin's parents actually gave us. It feels very mid-century. I don't actually know the origin of it or when it was made, but it's this mustard yellow leather, and then the legs are that kind of diagonal shape with a little metal at the bottom. I really love it. Somebody was joking that the sleigh bed is so high up that I'll need a step stool to get into the bed, so if I need to, I could use this little stool. The bed itself is a sleigh bed style. We got the frame from Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was $25. There's too many numbers going on in my brain. Somebody told me I should have written everything down so I could remember and be like, wow, that's awesome. And think back on this and be like, wow, amazing. But I didn't do that. And that brings us to the end of the tour. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all your encouragement. You guys have been really kind and awesome through this process. You guys have inspired me in a lot of ways, so thank you. I'm very grateful. And I'm always, shocked whenever people watch anything I'm putting out, so thank you. We're still doing a lot of work in the kitchen and the rest of the house. The rest of the house looks pretty crazy right now, so it does make me feel a bit delusional to be designing this room and to be making it look finished when other rooms are gutted. So it is what it is, but I'm still very thankful that this room is done and that I can come in here and just look around and feel inspired and then go out and get more work done to make the rest of the house feel just as good. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
The life of Rosalind is the life for